let's go over the test because I didn't get any questions. I got 2 questions to go over, and I'm going to go over those after we go over the test. And that means that y'all are ready because I didn't get any questions except for 2.
How about that?
What?
I was like, I sent you.
Yeah, I got yours. I'm not going to go over them. So what you do is hit assignments. Well, I haven't assigned it yet, so I might as well just pull it up. And we've already went over it one time, but it was kind of quick because I was showing you about the test. So let me go ahead and assign it so you can see what it looks like. So let me go in and set the dates. Okay, not that one. I had to change it because for some reason when I go in and take the test the first day when I showed y'all, it kind of knocked me out of taking it. So I need to unassign that one and go down here and where's the 2000? Okay, let me copy. I thought I already did this. That's what I was doing. 2019. There we go. Now, the way that I do the test is you have, let's say I give you a test with 10 questions on it. Each of those 10 questions pull from 15 or 20 questions. Is everybody with me? So for one test, I may have 200 questions to pull from for 10 questions. All right? So I want you to realize that. It also algorithmically regenerates. That means that if you pull up question 1 and question 1 says 2x squared, question 1 on somebody else's test may say 4x squared. Okay, so it changes algorithmically. And it also changes the order. Now, I do realize that 10% of y'all are going to cheat because that's just normal, okay? I'm not going to stop you. Just like killing or stealing. Somebody wants to do it bad enough, they're going to do it, okay? The point is, I'm not worried about the 10%, okay? I'm worried about the 90%. 90%, this is who I'm talking to. So, now go ahead and set the dates. This is what I do every time I go over a test. So therefore, you don't have to ask what?
When is this due?
Exactly. So I go and I say, okay, what's today? And everybody goes, today is September the 19th, or what is it, 17th? So I set it today because that's when we're going over it. And then I always give you a week. So I go back to September and I pick a week. And that's the 24th. Okay, now My Labs Plus will also tell you that. Okay, so I don't want to hear anybody ask me when's it due. It's always due at midnight. Do not, what is Murphy's Law?
Everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Exactly. So if you wait till 10:30 or 11:30 at night to take 2 or 3 tests, 2 or 3 of the, then your computer's going to explode, lightning's going to hit your house, and everything's going to go wrong. And then you're going to call me, and I'm going to look and see when you tried to take the test. You think I'm going to have any sympathy for you if you took it at 11:30? None. So, just telling you. You have 3 attempts. Takes the highest of what? 3. That is a bonus question. We've already covered that. It does reorder. You have 90 minutes. I'm only supposed to give you 50 minutes. So that gives you an extra 40 minutes for those people that say, I didn't have enough time. That's 3 excuses right there I'm covering. So, anybody got a question about that? Now, when you go to the assignments now, and I think it should be assigned. I think it is, yep. So, you go to assignments, it's going to pop up. And it should be right there. There it is. It's the only one you can click on. You can't click on these. You can click on that one. Look over there. It tells you again. You have 26 questions. It's due. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me back up. Look what it tells you right there on the left-hand side. It tells you what? The due date. Tells you the time. Tells you you have 90 minutes. Tells you got 3 attempts. So there's the second thing that tells you when the due date is. Third, when you click on it, it tells you again, you have 26 questions. It's due on the 24th, and you have 3 attempts. You have 90 minutes to take this test. Start. Do not start the test if there's a lightning thunderstorm outside. Do not start the test if it's an ice storm outside. Do not start the test if your house is in complete chaos. It's pretty simple. Start the test, and you start off with an easy question. It's supposed to spread them out, but it doesn't. So, of course, that's where everybody, gets offended. When it's the last day of class, that's not supposed to be on there. I was supposed to take it off. Just pick July 23rd, okay? I tried to take it off, and it wouldn't let me, so I got to fix that. If you take several forms of a test in Hubert's class, how is it counted? Takes the highest. Somebody will ask me that question at the end of the semester. If you miss a question on a test and you believe it is correct, the challenge question, what should you do? To meet after class. Okay, come on. How is homework, quizzes, and exams weighed? A. All right, there's one right there. Compute the range. I'll write it on the board so you can see it. But you don't have to, really, but it's real simple. Compute the range for the set of data. So where's the lowest? 1.8? What's the highest? 6.6? Dang old, what is it? 4.8? Find the population variance and standard deviation. Okay, I'm going to do everything so that way, I don't care what you do in your notes, but I'm going to do everything on the spreadsheet. So the first thing I'm going to do is blow it up where you can see it. And we're going to do everything except for the 5-number summary. Why am I not going to do the 5-number summary on this one? There's only 5 numbers. All right, there you go. I want you to do everything. That way you get some more practice in. Hey, everybody, let's go to work. Give you a couple of minutes.
Priority 1 message coming in on secured chat.
Okay, so that's a couple of minutes. I'll go ahead and get started. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Now, of course, the mean is going to be the summation of all four of those numbers divided by 5. The median is going to be the middle number since there's 5 numbers. Mode, I really don't care about, and since there's so few numbers, I doubt there's going to be a mode, so we'll put does not exist. Range is equal to the highest number minus what? The lowest number. The mid-range is equal to, parentheses, the highest number plus the lowest number divided by 2. Variance, this number minus this number, F4, copy down. This number squared, copy down, summation, and that's equal to 720 divided by 4. And then, of course, what is the relationship between the standard deviation and the variance? Square root or to the 1/2 power, and you're done. So write down all those numbers, please. Make sure you got them, make sure you understand them. If you can do 2 or 3 of these questions, you can handle pretty much all of the statistical math on the test. Now, if you suck at it, then you need to practice it because there's a few on here, probably 3 or 4. Okay? So if it takes you 15 minutes to do what we just did in about 2 minutes, then you need to work on it. You need to practice it. Of course, if some of y'all invented it, then you don't need to do anything. Just walk on water. All right, next. What's the answer? Let's see what the answer is. Okay, they want to know the variance and the standard deviation. So the variance, since this is a population, which one is it? Is it sigma or is it S? It's sigma. Remember, population parameter are what? Greek letters. Oh, of course. So what is it? 180 and 13.4, 180 and 13.4. Next. In your grade book, to find your final grades after you have completed all assignments at the end of the semester, what button do you push? Nope, you send an email to Hubert, what's my grade? And that's United States Marine Corps. I'm a terrorist. Although covered in the handouts and first day of class by Hubert, what is the best way to communicate with Hubert? His cell phone, I need to put email on there because it goes to cell phone, but that's what I meant. What should a student do if something happens and they're out of class for a while? Why don't they just bunch all of them together? Communication is the key. There we go. 5-number summary. See, it's not going to ask you for all of it. It's going to ask you for parts. So I'm going to take my handy dandy Excel spreadsheet. We're going to put it in there and I'm going to blow it up where you can see the numbers. And I want you to do the math. 5-number summary and box plot. So let me make it big enough for you to see. And I'll go ahead and put it in order for you. I don't know if it's in order. I don't think it is. So let's move it down there. And let's open it up a little bit. And let's go ahead and put it in order for you. There you go. 5-number summary and box plot. For now.
She gets strict sometimes. She's strict with them.
She's what?
She's strict.
Is she?
Oh yeah, she'll get on some people.
Well, heaven forbid.
She's had some death threats.
Yeah, death threats from people that can't even start a lawnmower.
Do you remember that guy that stole the band teacher's car?
No. You talking about it, Robert Anderson? Well, that band teacher's not.
It was like an 8th grade. Stole the band teacher's keys and took the car. And they found it like 2 days later.
Well, we'll see that person on live PD one day. Yes, ma'am.
When you like do the
x minus x bar and then we square it, it gives like this union and then.
Okay. Are you on this problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're not supposed to be doing x minus x bar, are you? For the 5-number summary?
I thought you wanted us to do all of it.
No, oh, well, on this one, we will. We'll go ahead. Probably giving you an exponent. That's an exponent, so you need to spread it. Are you on a calculator or laptop? Okay, that's just scientific notation. You just need to change it over. It doesn't matter. Or you can write it in scientific notation, either one. Since we're doing the 5-number summary on this one, that's just extra. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Every day when I drop well, not this week, but when I drop them off, I say stay away from the dumbasses. Because you sleep with dogs, you get what? You hang around dumbasses, you're going to be a dumbass. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Min, max, or sorry, first, second, third, and max. So, of course, the mean, we'll go through that. How many numbers we got? 13? So it's going to be divided by 13. Median, I really don't care, but is it 0.6? So you put 0.6 there. Mode, I'm sorry, mode is 0.6. Median, sorry, is it 7?
0.6.
No, 7th number.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I know the difference between 6 and 7. Yeah, I know the difference. 0.6 and 7, yeah. Range is equal to this minus this. And the mid-range is equal to this plus this divided by 2. And if you do this with every one of your questions, what will you start to notice? That you get faster and better at it. It's called practice. So let's take x minus x bar. X minus x bar, F4. Have y'all figured out on Chromebook how to do F4?
Nope.
What does it use?
I don't know how to do it.
No, what's the
Sheet.
Excel spreadsheet? What is it? Sheets?
Google Sheet.
Oh, that's the original.
Just click.
It's right there. It tells you how to do it. It's not like it's unknown. I'm trying to see. To protect the range, click. Well, there it is. To protect the range, protect hide. So you might want to go in there to lock the cell. So that's where you can find how to do it. Takes a few seconds to type it in to Google. Okay, so let me get back. Okay, there we go.
This ain't the same.
Oh, that's not the same one. There we go. Is that the right one we're working on? Okay, square it. I saw that. I heard it. And now we're going to add that up. You're supposed to sit there and stare at that for a while. That's what you're supposed to do. Equals this divided by what? What's 13 minus 1? 12. And then take the square root of that. 1.5 power. And there's your variance. So you know these numbers are very what? Why? Because you don't have hardly any spread. So you know these numbers are very close. Of course, it's to the thousandth or 10,000, whatever. 10th, 100,000, whatever. They're very close. Let's look at the mean. The mean is 0.6. The median is 0.6. The mid-range is 0.6. Again, very close. Min is equal to the first number. Max is equal to the last number. This is equal to the median. And now we just have to find the first and the third. So here's our point. How many numbers are above it? So that means we got to find these two, right? Got to find the median. So that's equal to parentheses. And like I have to tell all my students, because some of them, you know, every once in a while we get a DA. I have several degrees. I have 4 degrees, okay? I know that the average of 0.599 and 599 is 599. I don't need anybody to tell me that. But why did I go through and do it? Because the more times you do these formulas and the more times you do the calculations, the more analytical your brain gets. The more analytical your brain gets, the more problems you can solve. Like making change and spelling mom backwards, like some people can't do. Or race car backwards. Chest of drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there we go. And we'll pull in per day. I don't know why I'm doing that. There we go. And that's equal to, parentheses, this number plus this number, divide by 2. I divided by 1 and said 2 and I hit 1. Is that dyslexia? Maybe I'm dyslexic. I know my sister is. Okay. Okay. Now, let's do our 5-number summary. So that means we got to pull up our whiteboard.
First one, I think it does the same thing.
Did I do what?
Oh, first.
You
Yeah,
divide
it's
by that.
supposed to be 5.
This one?
No, first.
I don't know what y'all are saying. What are y'all saying?
The first.
Okay, does anybody understand what everybody just said?
The first.
Oh, y'all understand what everybody said at one time?
Yes.
Okay, say it again. Say
You
it.
see, I said 1.198. You didn't divide by 2. Of 1.
Oh, thank you. The way it sounded up here is. Okay, so now you take your handy dandy whiteboard and you draw. What do you draw first? Number line. You draw the number line. And the number line consists of 3 things. It consists of the min, The max and the what? The mid-range. And then you have to graduate. What's the mid-range? 0.6045? Okay, now this is, take your calculator and add those two numbers up, divide by 2. Somebody else take the calculator and add these two up and divide by 2. Because you're finding the middle of the middle of the middle. Anybody know what word that is? It's called interpolation. Interpolation is a word that means you're finding the middle of the middle of the middle of the middle. Not interpretation. It's the interpolation. Dang old SAT word. Or whatever the hell y'all take now.
I had general science with the SAT.
Do y'all still take it?
Yes.
Well, I thought it was the ACT. I thought that
Take
was.
both.
Oh,
Either or.
more money.
You don't have to take. The amount of money I spent. ACT.
That's the money the district makes. They bring in money for taking the ACT and the SAT.
Yeah.
And y'all are like the horses.
Never know.
Okay, what's this number? Somebody give it to me.
I did the other one.
Okay, give me this one.
0.6077.
6077. And what else is this one?
0.60125.
6012 is good enough. And if you want to graduate it even more, take this number, divide by 2, this number, and I'm not going to do that. Okay? But that'll cause a cluster, and I'm just not going to do that. All right, our number line is done. Now that our number line is done, what's the only 3 numbers left? The colored ones. And that's your box. And I don't have an orange, so I'm going to have to use that burnt orange for that one. Okay? I can't even pick the right thing today. I don't know what's wrong, man. I think I might as well quit. 0.599 or 0.599. Put it right in there. And then our green per day is going to be 0.604. 0.604 is right in here. And our yellow, Amarillo, is 0.6. So I would be, see, we need it graduated. So I would say 601, 604, 602. So this would be 6 right in here probably, I guess. Or it should be down here. Whatever. You need to graduate it. Why am I not worried about it? Because what is this showing us? Where's the middle? There's the middle. What kind of data you got? Skewed right, because most of the data is on the lower side. Let's look. Is most of your data on the lower side? Pretty much. Why? Because this spreads out a little bit, and this is all what? This is all clumped up. See how it's real close, even to the 10,000? Where this is a little bit spread out on the 10,000. This is right beside each other. That's why you have skewed right, because you have a hump on the left side of what? Center, or median. The left side of center. Remember, what does everything revolve around in statistics? The center, the middle. And that's that question. So you know it's a little bit skewed right, and you have to write down those. I'm not going to write those down. So we can type them in. Let's type them in. We know it's a little bit skewed left or skewed right. So this one's a little bit skewed left. I would say this one probably. And skewed right, skewed to the right. And somebody give me those numbers again. It says, I'm looking, this is to the 3rd digit, so give me 3 digits. 0.598, next one. 0.599. 0.600. 604. And that should be next. Okay, here is a question. This one says, suppose babies born after gestation period 32 to 35 weeks have a mean weight of 25 and a standard deviation. What I tell you that meant whenever you see those two together?
It's a Z-score.
Not Z, well, it could be a Z-score, I don't know yet. Or it could be empirical rule. All right, let's see what happens. While baby's born after a gestation period of 40 weeks, it is a Z-score. Okay, I see it now. So it is a Z-score, so go ahead and do it. You're comparing apples to oranges. You're comparing two different weights or two different weeks or whatever. Two different ages. So do it. And I'll go ahead and I'll write the stuff down again because those people that can't see that usually sit on the back row, I don't know why they sit on the back row, they can't see, but anyway, 32 to 35 weeks, and then 40 weeks. Suppose babies born after a gestation period 30 have a mean of 2,500 and a standard deviation of 800. 40 weeks, 2,700, and S is 405. If a 32-week gestation period baby weighs 2,250 and a 41-week gestation period 2,450. Which baby weighs less relative? So X 2,250 minus 2,500 over 800. Somebody give me that one. And over here, we've got 2,450 minus 2,700 over 405. All right, somebody give me this one on the left.
Negative 0.3125.
That's good enough. 2 digits is Z-score. So what's this one?
0.61.
0.61. So that means which one's further out?
No, negative 0.61.
So that one is further out. You got to be careful here because it says less relative. Less relative. They may be wanting the 0.31. I don't know why in the hell they would ask that.
Because that was last night.
Because most of the time it asks for which one is more unusual. That's what they usually ask for.
Since it's at round 2 places, that won't be 0.62.
That's fine. They're further enough apart. It don't matter. Okay, I'm not. Which one? Somebody tell me which one it is. I'm not gonna read all that 5 times. I'm sorry.
I would do the point since it's larger.
The 32 is the one
Yeah.
because it's is larger. Yeah, there we go. So negative 0.31 is larger than the score of negative 0.61. This is one of those questions I don't really like because it takes so much to put the answer in. I don't really like this question. I like the question. I don't like the way it's presented, but I'll shut up. All right, next. Why does Hubert not entertain at the end of the semester? Okay, why do I not entertain, meaning I do not even talk about it, extra credit, bonus points, or dropping any grades?
The D.
Because D. Somebody will ask me that at the end of the semester too. If a student does not complete a homework assignment, what grade will be put in for that assignment? Somebody told me that y'all get 50s now if you don't do an assignment. That's what somebody told me. I don't know.
So you can't have a 0 at things award.
Everybody gets a trophy. If you look at your overall grade one day and it has decreased, what's happened? I will take B as an answer, but it's not B. It's A. All right, compute the range. I'm getting all the easy questions today. All right, 1.2 from 6.2, what is that, 5?
Yep.
And you may look up and get an easy question, an easy test. Determine whether the variables are qualitative or quantitative. Distance in miles. Distance in miles means what?
Is numerical.
It's numerical, so it's quantitative. Which one's quantitative? Thank you. Why can't they just say quantitative or qualitative? Why do they have to? Maybe that's the non-English person in me coming out. I don't know. For some of y'all that don't care. Does Schubert replace your lowest grade with your final exam? This is the deadhead question. This is the question that goes up front. I thought the test question said that you dropped the lowest grade and replaced it with the final. No, dumbass. It said the exact opposite. What do I do? No way, no what? It's the only answer. Is there a yes anywhere in there? No. Tuesday. Yeah, that's good. Determine whether the quantitative variable is discrete or continuous. Remember, count or measure. Okay, what does this say? It says amount of water in a dog's bowl. Now, first of all, can you count? Okay, 1. No, you can't count how much water is in a dog's bowl. So, is it measured or is it counted?
Measured.
It's measured. So which one, tell me which one's measured. Okay, thank you. Next. That's the second most missed question. Most missed bonus question. Find the population mean or sample mean. I'm on just 7, 7, 8, 10, 23. Somebody do that for me. 7, 7, 8, 10, 23. 7, 7, 8, 10, and 23.
11.
Okay. Now, is this X bar or is it mu? X bar because it's a what? Sample. What'd you say, 11?
Yep.
Next. All right. The weight of an organ in adult males has a bell-shaped distribution with a mean, blah, blah, blah. Use the what? Empirical rules. So draw it out. So the mean is 300, 345, 390, and what's the last one? 435. 300 minus 45 is 55, 155, or 255, 155, 255. Y'all help me because I can't subtract what you said. I knew that one. Thanks a lot. All right, now 210 minus 45.
65.
Thank you. 155.
65.
What?
65.
All right, so we know that this is 0.15. 2.35, 13.5, 34, 34, 13.5, 2.35, and 0.15.
I believe this is my question.
Good.
Sound like this.
So, about 95% of the organs will be between what weights? Well, that's normal. And the normal falls between how many standard deviations? 2. So that's 95%. And that would be between 210 and what? 390. 210 and 390. Whatever.
Hey, did it undo? Go back.
I'm so aggravated with 210 and 390. Okay, what's the next one? What percentage of organs weigh between 165 and 435? 165 and how much? 90 what? 99.7. I'm going to take your word for it. I ain't going to add them up in my head. So, C, what does it say? What percentage less than 165, that'd be 0.15, and more or more than 435. So that's 0.15 and 0.15 be 0.30. I disagree with that because they say or, it should be and if they want to add them together, but I'm not going to argue. D, it says, what percentage between 210 and 345? So that'd be 34, 34 is 68. What is that, 81? No.
Yeah, 81.5.
Thank you. 81.5. So all you do on this one is you have to remember the empirical rule, draw it, fill in the bottom, and just add what?
You need to add a 0.
What?
It says decimal rounded to 2 decimal places. Oh, it's right.
That, I really, if you got that wrong on the test, I wouldn't care. I'd mark it right. Anyway, the whole point is, what do? You just add what? The percentages. Okay, next. And that's supposed to be changed, July 24th. I can't change it now that I've assigned it. So just pick the only one that has a date range on it, okay? All right, there's one. This is the following data represents temperature, blah, blah, blah. This is a table. I showed you this the other day. So do this one. No coughing in class or sneezing. So this is your frequency distribution, mean, and standard deviation. So go to it. Can I ask a question? Some of y'all, I'd say 90% of y'all are doing this work, and then 10% of y'all are not. Can I ask why? No, I mean, hadn't done anything. I don't understand. There's about 5 of y'all that's just sitting there. It's all right. All it does is make a middle note. Just don't come crying to me when you fail the class. Because if y'all think the rest of this class is like this test, it's not. Okay, so some of you water walkers, it's not going to be just like this test the whole semester. What's the matter?
She doesn't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
I did it in class.
I wasn't here,
Say again.
but it's okay.
Say it one more time.
I didn't do my work.
No, you wasn't. What? You know what I should do? I should do videos and put them on YouTube, and that way y'all can see it when you're not here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll do that. So you don't have that excuse. What?
So you're not going. You're not the best loser there, are you?
I'm going to go over and send this to the spreadsheet. Remember when I told you that the spreadsheet would break it up for you? Remember me telling you that? There it is. It breaks it up. You can't use this. This right here is useless. Okay, you have to break up the lower class limit and upper class limit so you can calculate. Okay? So, let me make it a little bit bigger for you.
I'm gonna do the class rate range, right?
I'm sorry, what?
The class range, right?
Yes, that's what you find. You find the midpoint or the mid-range or whatever you want to call it. So that's going to be, this is called F. And what is this column going to be called? X. So that's going to be the midpoint of parentheses, this guy plus this guy divided by what? 2. And then what's the class width?
10.
So we're going to add 10 to that one and copy it down. Unless you want to calculate each one. Knock yourself out. So now we got our 2 columns that are very important. So we're going to highlight them. Verde.
I did that wrong.
See, that's why you're going to fail. All right, so there's that. Why didn't it do those 2? Oh, well, whatever. And I can't stand for them not to be centered, so OCD, I know. There we go. Now, what other variable do we need? need not x squared. That's good. We need that in a minute. But we need something else before we do that. N. And N is equal to what? The summation of F. So now you have all the numbers you need to start calculating. All right, I'm going to give you a minute because you need to go into your notes and look at the formula. I'll write the formula on the board for those that didn't come to class and did not watch the video, okay? The mean is equal to the summation of what? Fx, good, f times x, divided by n, or the summation of f, however you want to write it. And then the standard deviation, or the variance, is equal to, remember the bracket, okay, the summation, or let's see, n times summation, or f times x squared, minus f times x quantity squared. Y'all check me on this. I'm doing this from memory. N times n minus 1. Check me.
Correct. No. Subtract the bottom.
What?
Subtract n from the n minus 1.
This is right.
Yeah, you're right.
It should be.
Summation of fx squared.
That's right.
All right, so to do the summation of f times x, we need to do a column called f times x. Could you close that door, please? Thank you. I don't know why that does that. So I'm going to call this f times x equals this times this, and copy that down. There's that number. So that's equal to this number divided by this number, which is equal to this number divided by this number. I got my mean is equal to 80.5. Now I tried to fix it where it's right beside the formula for y'all. I do so much for y'all, I tell you. Y'all just don't know how to be appreciative.
We got what?
Would that mean the mean is 80.5 degrees?
I'm sorry, 80.5 what?
Degrees, whatever the temperature.
Yeah, the temperature, yes. That means that your clump of your population is around 80 degrees. All right, now I want you, before I erase or move this over, I want to leave it right there so everybody can see what I did. Okay? I want you to start on the variance. And why are we finding the variance? So we take the square root of it to get the standard deviation. We care less about the variance. But you want the standard deviation, and you have to take the square root of variance to get the standard deviation. So go ahead and do as she said. You got to have a column called x squared. Now it's time for x squared. Missing one person today. Miss LeDuc, who is that that sits beside you? Last name, do you know?
Chris
Last name?
Simpson.
Simpson? Okay. Go ahead and do that so y'all can get out of here like a bat out of hell for some of the people that detest being in here. I think that's the only one not here. Is anybody else not here? I think I counted 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Crap. Air.
Here, hey, I think it's this girl that sits right here. I don't know her name though.
Okay.
Madison.
Last name? Gordon. Thanks. Okay, that keeps us from having to call everybody out. Good. Thank you. All right, that's done. Okay, so we need to, I'm going to bring this down here. So we need x squared, right? Now that's not hard to do, so y'all should. No, I'm not going to hit yes because it'll erase it. F or x squared, and that's going to be equal to, what's the most important thing not to do on this point? Do not pick the wrong what? Column. Okay? It didn't square it. I think I might as well just go ahead and quit today. I don't know who to blame it on. I guess I'll blame it on the Russians. Okay? It's always the Russians. You didn't know that? And we're going to add that up. Okay, now what? Now we got to read our formula. N, so N is equal to this number, times F, summation of F times X squared. Oh, we hadn't done that yet. F times X squared. F times X squared. Now, did you just see what I did? I read the what? What a concept. I read the formula and it told me that I had forgotten something. Some people it's just going over their heads. They don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So F, now this again, you got to be careful. You'll pick the wrong one. F times X squared. And copy that down. So I don't need that one. I don't need the middle one. I need that one. Is this supposed to be a BA number? Yep. Is it supposed to be bigger than this number? Yep. Because it has to be, because you can't take the square root of a what? A negative. So this number is right there. F times X squared. Minus what? This number raised to the what? Second power. Again, read the formula. Now, I'm gonna, since I'm a terrible teacher, I'm gonna do, let's see, I'm gonna color that blue. And then I'm gonna color this, I don't know what, that orange color. And I'm gonna color, and that's this right here. And then I'm gonna color this. God, the things I do for y'all. Silver color, and that's right there. And then the bottom is going to be what? Equals n times what? N minus 1. Thank you for the interaction. So I'm going to do this minus 1. Okay, now I want you to take your calculators and I want you to do that calculation. I'm going to do it in steps. And you do it in your calculator. If I was you, if this is your first time seeing this problem, I would make sure I wrote down every single step. So get your calculators out and do the calculations and see if you get the same numbers I get. You tried. That's what you did wrong. You shouldn't have even tried. And I get the variance of 71. What'd y'all get?
Is anyone with your board?
Good job. Now, did you just read it off the board, or did you actually do it?
In my calculator.
Good job. Still gonna fail. 8.4. Now that means that now you can draw the normal curve with the empirical rule, and you can say that the 94%, 95% is going to fall between this degree and this degree. And that's the whole point of you doing this, because there's not much you can do with a frequency distribution, because all it is a head what? It's a head count. So you really can't do much, but now you can find the mean and the standard deviation of a head count. So make sure you can read this formula, and you can do this over here based on these. You already did this before. We did this with the trying to think. We did it with the, oh, well, I just lost it. But remember doing the columns?
Yeah, class 10 to 14.
X minus X bar. We were finding the variance and the standard deviation. We added the columns. Remember adding the columns? You're going to do this again in Unit 3 or Unit 2. Unit 3, I think. Yeah, Unit 3 or the end of Unit 2. I can't remember. Okay? You're going to do it again, and it's going to be more complex. Capiche? Okay. And somebody write down the mean and standard deviation. And I think they want you to actually do some kind of graph. I don't know if this thing will do it. Let's see. Insert graph. It's not going to do it the way I want it to, because it's got that stupid. Hold on a second. A, B, C, D, E, F. I'll just do a little shortcut, see if that works. Okay, it's pretty much increasing. You see the way it's increasing? So it should. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, so it's increasing. Okay. I'm just looking, I saw a graph. I don't know what the graph is asking on the test question. So, all right, what's the mean? Somebody write it down. I'm sorry, say again?
80.5.
80.5. And what's the standard deviation?
8.4.
8.4. And I don't know what this is of the data to verify the veil is, yes, this distribution, yes. And what does this say? 95%. Okay, well, we got to go back. 95%. Let me pull up the spreadsheet again. Draw your curve right quick. 95% is going to fall between I'm just drawing 2 because that's 95%. So what is N? N is, I'm not going to do the decimals. What was N? I meant not N. The mean. What was the mean?
80.5.
80. So we're going to do 80 and the standard deviation was 8. So that's going to be 88 and 96 and 74 and what? 8. What's 8 from that? 6. 66. So between 66 and 96 point whatever, that's going to be your, so somebody right quick add 2 standard deviations and give me that decimal, and subtract 2 standard deviations and give me that decimal.
It's 63.7 and 97.3.
Okay, hold on a second. I got to pull up. Got to remember where I'm at. Okay, I've got. Okay, give me the bottom one. What'd you say, Miss Burris?
I don't know if I'm writing wrong.
What? It should be 66 point something and 96 point something.
Well, it'd be different.
63.7.
63.7. And what's the top one?
97.3.
97.3. And that should be the next one. If you have an incomplete, it decreases your grade. And then y'all hit what?
Submit test.
Submit test. If I could find it.
Top right.
There it is. They moved it. It used to be down here.
Is that the first one?
Damn Russians. Okay, probably because of rounding we missed one. Let's see, what's this one? Okay, I don't know what I missed. What did I miss? Okay, the wording is smaller. Okay, remember me telling you that this one could be flipped? We picked the larger one. It's the further out. Okay, it always usually is further out. This right here kind of messed with me. That less relative, that kind of messed with me. Always go with further out. I should have known better than that. And what did we not fill in the answers?
No, they say your answers are wrong. Like, click it.
Okay, somebody, what did we do wrong? Okay, somebody get on your calculator right quick. I got 3 minutes, people. Please don't piss me off.
I have those answers written down and separate.
Somebody take your calculator and type those 5 in and go into stats, calculate, and go into first variable statistic and tell me what the mean, what the SX is. Y'all know how to do that? Okay, do it right quick, please. SX. Okay, the answer's wrong.
Only unless they didn't move. Go ahead, that question.
Huh?
Go ahead to the question.
They got 144 and 12. I think their answer's wrong. What?
And the calculator says mu of x is 12.
SX should be,
13.4, and then under that, is this.
Yeah, that's what, yeah, exactly.
okay, then I must have done something wrong on the calculation. Y'all check that one for homework. I mean, it's a test question, but I missed one, okay? Leave me alone. I don't think I missed it, but I'll check it and we'll see. Anybody got any other questions? I'm sorry I didn't get to yours, or did I get to yours through the test question? Okay. All right, y'all have a good day. Get the test done. I'll set the homework. I'll do that right now. And if you have put off the homework, guess what? I'm sorry.